Young. Senator Kane.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I want to thank you and the ranking member for this process and for accommodating the desire of our colleagues for the closed and public hearing before this vote. I especially want to thank Senator Young for his steadfast work as the co-sponsor of this bill. Let me humbly suggest 10 reasons why this is a good idea. Number one, the 2 AUMFs supporting military action to counter the malignant activity of an Iraq governed by Saddam Hussein were rendered unnecessary more than a decade ago when he was toppled and executed and a new government of Iraq was constituted. Second, Iraq is now a partner of the United States, and both nations want that relationship to continue, as was evidenced by the recent positive meeting between President Biden and Prime Minister Khatami. In the aftermath of war, we didn't maintain war authorizations against Germany or Japan or Vietnam. Instead, we worked to try to make partners and allies of them. And we're having success on that with Iraq, and I think we should try to continue on that path. Number three, the 91 and 02 Iraq AUMFs are not used as the legal basis for any current U.S. military activity, nor are they needed to justify the detention of even a single detainee now in U.S. custody. Fourth, the repeal of the AUMFs will have no effect on the U.S. ability to keep Americans safe. Fifth, the powers conferred on the President by Article 2 of the Constitution enable the President to undertake military action against any entity who poses a direct and imminent threat to the U.S. or to our possessions, territories, or armed forces, including the militias in Iraq and Syria. In addition, the 01 AUMF expands upon that power to undertake military action against non-state terrorist organizations who have a connection to al-Qaeda or ISIS. Sixth, Congresses of both parties have abdicated our responsibility regarding the power to declare war and allowed presidents of both parties to act unilaterally. Congressional action to repeal these authorizations will represent a step toward Congress taking its most solemn responsibility seriously. Seven, some members of Congress were here in 2002 and voted against the Iraq War. Anyone who voted against the war should have no trouble repealing these outdated authorizations. Eighth, some members of Congress have stated that knowing what we know now, the Iraq War was a mistake. Anyone who believes the Iraq War was a mistake should have no trouble repealing these outdated authorizations. Ninth, allowing outdated authorizations to persist in perpetuity invites the prospect of serious abuses in the future. And 10th, the Commander-in-Chief, who spent 36 years dealing with war powers issues as a member of this committee, supports the repeal of these authorizations. I ask this committee to send a clear and bipartisan message that a Congress that initiated military action against Iraq can also recognize the end of hostilities against Iraq. I urge the support of this bipartisan resolution.